All right. All righty then. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my little live stream. We are 500 feet above the streets of. Oh, wait. Don't do this to me. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I know. Hold on. I know. I know. Hold on. All right. I think we got it going. Good morning, everybody. Yes, we are live 500 feet above the streets of New York City. As the sun, look at that, the sun is going to be popping in about a half hour. That's cool. I like seeing that. It's Super Chat Friday. What else is it? Let's say hi to some people. Stephen Nass, what's going on? We got the Robert Spawn. How are you, Robert? Good to see you on this Friday. Richie Rich, morning. Who the man? Man, Richie Rich pops in the room every once in a while and he asks the question, who the man? So we try to figure out who the man. Am I the man? I don't think I'm the man. Who else is in the news? Who else could be the man today? Is Biden the man? Is Trump the man? All right, we'll figure it out, Richie Rich. We'll figure out who the man is today. Trying to think. I don't even have a short list of people who could be the demand today. What's up, Flaming Dragon? How are you? We got the George Zimmerman. How are you, George? We also got Gail Soto. Good morning. Nick Umrican. Good morning. John Cords. Good morning down there in Philly. We got the Scott Watson. Good morning. He's a little north of me right now. And look at that. Robert Spawn out of nowhere giving me $10. Bills continue their winning ways tomorrow. Crush the hapless Chargers 30-6. Hoping to see that MLC appearance soon. Merry Christmas, brother man. Is this not a perfect comment right now for an early Friday morning? You got the $10. You've got the like. And he's rooting on my Bills. You know, there's somebody in this building that works for the building. He's a huge Bills fan. Oh, cheers to you, Robert Spawn. You get the first cheers too. He's a huge Bills fan, so we talk our football, you know. And he's like, on paper, we should crush the Chargers, and this is where we've been faltering all year. Don't forget the Bills lost to the Jets, and I think they lost to. I think they also lost to the Patriots. So, like tomorrow, tomorrow you think it's an easy win, but we're on the edge of our seats for that Bills game tomorrow. That's for sure. I hope you're right, Mr. Spawn. I hope you are right. Johnny Jack, brother man coming in. We got Craig Godwin. What's up? Yo, right back at you. Darren C. Good morning from Leeds, England. Been listening in England from the Syndication Underground days over 20 years ago. God knows how I figured all that out back in the day. Oh, my God. To say Syndication Underground now is like just really stupid. But, yeah, I think you're right, Darren C. Welcome, by the way. Cheers to you as well, all the way in Leeds, England. Yeah, something like 20 years ago, we encouraged our fan base to push out our material. We knew we had really good material. But stupid, lazy ass management. You got the lazy ass management where you work. They didn't see it our way. So we're like, all right, fine. There's this new thing called the internet. We're going to use the internet. So we had our fan base just push out our stuff, and we called it Syndication Underground because we knew, we're like, yo, this stuff should be heard all around the country. So there you go. And it became a thing, Syndication Underground. And now it's like, any knucklehead could turn one of these things on and have somebody in Leeds, England watching it. Oh my God. The kids today that are coming up, they don't realize, how easy it is to be, quote, syndicated. I don't even think that's a word most people even understand anymore. Syndication meant that when you were doing a radio show, in our case, it started in Boston at WAF, the only station that really rocks. Me and Anthony were crushing it up in Boston. And I went to the company. I'm like, will you syndicate us? Which meant taking our show and putting it on in other cities. Now, like I said, you turn this on, everyone gets a chance to watch it. And they didn't see it. I'm like, you're stupid. You watch what I do now. And then, I got ourselves fired, and I moved to New York with Anthony. And then a mere couple years later, we were syndicated, excuse me, across the country. Yesterday was a really long day. I should be sleeping in today. I think I could easily have slept in today. I say all the time, I'm a morning person, so my body clock starts rumbling, and I'm up every morning by 5:15 or so. But I think I could have slept in today. We did the whole tours thing yesterday, and it was awesome. We took the subway. That's kind of touristy for us these days. Then we went down to Times Square. We checked out some Times Square action. Walked by my old gig. Walked right by Sirius XM. And God, I love my daughter. She goes, "Dad, can I give them the finger?" I'm raising them right. Cheers. What's up, Mike O'Donnell? And then last night seemed shorter. You got that right, Mike O'Donnell. I'll finish the whole tours thing in a second, but I got to go to Mike O'Donnell. There's a lot of holidays that we celebrate around the year, but one of the most important days of the year to celebrate is the winter solstice. The winter solstice was yesterday. And what that means is that starting not today, this is what I've learned in recent years, not today. Yesterday was the shortest day of the year, December 21st. Okay. Now the sun will start, will start slowly moving across the sky back this way, slowly. And as it does that, it will give us about a minute more, I should say, of sunlight a day. Yes, the days are gonna start getting longer. But what I noticed when I checked that the sun set yesterday and today are at the exact same time. And then it starts just almost a minute a day. It just starts getting lighter and lighter out. And I couldn't be happier. Anyway, so then we walked by the Sirius XM thing, and then we checked out the Rockefeller Christmas tree. I was trying to get down there early. I was trying to rally the troops yesterday morning. I'm like, we got to go early. The later we wait, it's going to be more and more people. So by the time we got there, it was a complete and utter zoo. Trying to get a picture with the tree without another person, in it, pretty much impossible. There is a line. They have this really long line. By the time we got there, the line was like at least 2 blocks long, maybe longer. And you can stand in that line. And then there's an actual area where you and your family can stand and get a beautiful picture with the Rockefeller Christmas tree. But I'm sure it costs something. I'm sure that they're hammering you for something. And then we went into the St. Patrick's Cathedral, walked around like tourists in there, looking up, going, "Oh wow, how did they build this thing?" And what's so weird about the St. Patrick's Cathedral? Johnny Jackman. Is Jim Norton really married to that Nordic hooker? Wow. I don't know any of that, Johnny. Stop. I don't know any of that. Stop, please. You're just going to get me in trouble. I literally don't know anything about Jim Norton's trans wife. I just simply don't know. Okay. Thank you. Chris Tartaglia, good Friday morning open gang. Maybe I should proofread some of these comments because I just click and put them on the screen all morning long, and there's probably just horrific things being said. Oh my God. The weird thing about the St. Patrick's Cathedral thing is they were having mass, which is pretty sacred. And then tourists could just walk around as they're having mass. It's kind of weird. You're walking around taking your pictures and going, "Wow!" And there's literally a priest in the front of the church doing mass. That's what we walked into yesterday. And then I don't like the fact. Look, can I point out a couple things I don't like? I don't do this often, where I talk about the things I don't like. There's the eyes. I don't like that there's a gift shop in the middle of St. Patrick's Cathedral. That's weird. You would think they would put that somewhere else, somehow connected to the outside of the church. And then, when you go into a church and they got the candles, right? And you light a candle. Well, you take the flame and you light a candle that's not lit yet, and you do a little wish, a couple wishes, right? Well, at St. Patrick's Cathedral, you could do that at St. Patrick's Cathedral if you got $3. It costs $3 to get a wish going in St. Patrick's Cathedral. That doesn't seem right, no? Flaming Dragon, Rudy's G the Poor Band. Oh, Rudy Giuliani is the man? Yeah, Richie Rich asked who the man is, and we're trying to figure out who the man is. The perfect comment, Roll Tide. Now, Mike. Now. And then we walked to this restaurant. Now, look, my kids they're still on the young side, and there's a restaurant kind of close to where we used to work at WNEW that we used to go to a lot. We celebrated something with Patrice in there once. I certainly signed a radio contract or two in this joint. Me and Anthony definitely had some meals in there, and we've gone to this place many times over the years. Many times. And we go in, table for 4. I'm slowing down my voice so you can really experience my lunch yesterday. I should have known. The place is huge, and I could count them in my 5 tables. 5 tables were being used out of at least 20 to 25 in the main dining room. And I walk in, and the host is there, all dressed up nice. I say, hey man, I used to come here a lot. Holy shit, when I used to work upstairs at WNEW. Well, welcome back. He was really, really nice, and I'm like, well, it'll be 2 adults and 2 kids, and I don't know what he was doing, but I was standing at that little counter. It seemed like forever. Okay, Jesus, Johnny, please, Johnny. Johnny. I'm putting you in a cute little timeout, okay? Because I just simply, you're in a cute little timeout because I simply don't want to go there. I don't like the guy, but I just don't want to go there. I visited St. Patrick's Cathedral in the summer. I left when they started passing the plate around because I'm cheap. Right on. Okay. So I'm in the restaurant, and the host, he finally was like, okay, this way. And he gives us a nice booth. I'm like, oh, thank you very much. And then we sat there. Hi, would you like some drinks? Yeah, the kids will try I don't know, they had the Mexican Cokes. The kids like the Mexican Cokes. I said, what, I just want some water. Drink a lot of water during the day. It's pretty much coffee and water for me, for the kid. Wife got a little iced tea or something, And then the drinks kind of came about 5 minutes later, and then we're looking at the menu, and then this is what pisses me off. Oh, that's right. It's FU Friday too. So whatever pissed you off, let me know, and I'll put you on the big screen, and we can talk about it, okay? What the hell is a Mexican Coke? I don't know. It's like it has either less sugar or more sugar. The flavor, it's pretty good, and I think it is called Mexican Coke. Maybe one of the foodies out there can help me out with what a Mexican Coke really is. All right. If Opie is broke, then I am one of those Somalian kids with the. Okay. Wow. I'm not broke. I'm trying to make a little living with my live streams, if you need to know the truth. So if I collect a little pocket money, that would be very, very nice. Okay. Because they tricked me into getting a $52 steak yesterday for my 11-year-old. An 8-ouncer. So yeah, maybe I want to make some of the steak money back if you want to know the damn truth. And had a massive stream yesterday. Hope, are you jealous of him? No, I'm not. No. I think you guys are. I think you guys really need. I think you guys really need the me versus him thing. I'm good for him. If he had a massive stream, that's great. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Greg likes to say he's cash poor but not broke. Thank you, Wardle. I know you're not a fan of mine, but thank you for at least getting the facts straight for the people out there, Wardle. Mexican Coke is made with real sugar, not corn syrup. Yeah, there's a different taste to it. And it's pretty good, actually. So I think we, at this point, we're sitting for at least 20 minutes, and we haven't even ordered dinner yet or lunch. And they had a prefixed menu. I don't go prefixed menu usually, but they're like, hey, for $39, you pick one appetizer, one entree, and you get a dessert. I'm like, you know what? I was thinking steak. And I'm like, I don't want a lot of steak. It's lunch, I don't want to feel too filled up. So this little 8-ouncer sounds good to me. This little 8-ouncer. Gonna go Greek salad. Gonna go 8-ounce filet. Gonna go with a scoop of ice cream. That's a damn good lunch right there. And then my daughter says, "Oh, Daddy, I want the steak." I'm like, "All right, cool. Me and you will get the steak." And then my son, he ordered a burger off the prefix. He didn't go prefix, is what I'm trying to say. He went burger. My wife went with some kind of like lobster Cobb salad off. That wasn't a prefix either. I wasn't encouraging people to go prefix. For me, it made sense. So then I'm like, the waiter's there, and I go, wow, this is a pretty good deal, for a nice 8-ounce filet. He goes, oh, you see in the fine print. Excuse me? Yeah, you see, it says $39, but under the steak, do you see in the fine print? Do you see it? And I'm like, opening up the eyes real wide. You mean this thing? You mean this thing that just says S20? Yeah, that. What about it? The S stands for supplement or supplemental, and the 20 is that we add $20. I just can't. I can't anymore. I literally can't anymore. As soon as you leave this house, they're just trying to get you at every turn. You don't even know what it just says. S20. Who the hell would know? And it says fine print. He goes, yeah, that we add $20 onto to the 8-ounce filet in the prefix. So then I look at him. I'm like, well, wouldn't that just be a regular price then? Well, yeah, but you still get the scoop of ice cream. I look at my daughter, because I already know what I'm going to do. Because I'm like, for $52, I could cook just a fantastic steak on the grill. I'm like, you really? I go, look, dude, I don't care how much money you got. I am, we're all the same. I look at my daughter like, you really want the steak? Because I don't want to disappoint my little girl. I don't want to disappoint my kids ever. Because I really want the steak. And she didn't hear the whole S20 thing. I'm like, all right, she'll have the steak. And I give them a look of death like, you sons of bitches. And I go, I will have the black and red snapper. I changed my order. I'm like, no, you're not holding me up. You're not tricking me into the S20 garbage. Oh, my God. So we all ordered. Here is $20 of that steak money. Northwest, thank you. You just paid for the S20. Northwest just paid for the S20. To that restaurant. Thank you, Northwest. Pleasure doing a little business with you, Northwest. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Yes, it's Merry Christmas. It's not Happy Holiday. Because as soon as you walk around and you see all the Santa Claus stuff and the elf stuff, it's not a religious holiday for me. As soon as you see the Santa Claus, it's Merry Christmas. There's no doubt in my mind. Thank you very much. So we all order, and then And then I think the guy walked away literally in slow motion. Remember, we're in this place. There's 4 tables, and there was a staff of I'm going to count them in my head again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people wandering around the floor, adjusting glasses. All of a sudden, there's someone over here just adjusting a couple glasses, and then there's someone over here just moving the chairs a little bit. And then we proceeded. I understand some of these places in New York, it's about the dining experience. I understand that. But also as like, someone that is in charge of a restaurant, they should notice that it's a young family. We're not even taking off our winter stuff because we're kind of cold because they just turned on the heat for the day. So when you see that vibe where it's like a father, a mother, 2 little kids, they all have their coats and hats still on, because they just walked around for 2 hours in the cold. Maybe you want to like speed up lunch a little bit, but boy, long story short, this lunch took forever. And my patience, and then the food finally came, and the food was, look, I like to say this, I'll give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. The food was absolutely amazing. It was that good. It was great. No complaints there. And then we ate the food, and then we sat there for another 15 minutes. And then the guy came back. At this point, there's no exaggeration here. At this point, we're in the restaurant well over an hour. We finally finished our entrees, and the guy comes over. Mike O'Donnell, $5. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas right back to you, Mikey. And then the waiter comes back and he goes, "Oh, yeah, you and your daughter, you did the prefix, so you get dessert." She ordered strawberry. This is key to the story. She ordered strawberries with whipped cream, and because I didn't like the ice cream flavors, the only ice cream flavor I liked was a vegan ice cream. I don't necessarily do vegan ice creams, but I'm like, mint chocolate chip. I like mint chocolate chip. Does it taste like real ice cream, even though it's vegan ice cream? He gave me a look. I'm like, well, I just need to know. I'm sorry I'm asking you this. He goes, yes. I'm like, all right, I'll have that. So just imagine how long it would take to bring out strawberries with whipped cream and 1 scoop of vegan mint ice cream. My patience these days, way better. My anger issues, way better. But I started revving up, and I'm looking at my wife like, it's strawberries and a scoop of ice cream. She's like, shh. I'm like, I'm trying, but this is crazy. The reason why I said all that, I started keeping track. When we ordered the strawberries and whipped cream and the 1 scoop of vegan mint chip ice cream, we were up to 15 minutes. I'm like, what is taking so long to deliver strawberries with whipped cream and 1 scoop of ice cream? It's been 15 minutes. Usually you look around like, oh, they're busy, She's like, I know, but shh. I'm like, I can't shh. I can't shh anymore. I can't shh anymore. And then I watched the guy, because the dining room is really big, and you can see where the food's coming out, and it's across the way. And a guy in a fancy hat, like he's some kind of French chef, comes out with our desserts, and he's walking. At one point, I go to my wife, are these people, are they robots? They might be robots. She goes, shh. I go, look, there's no emotion on anyone's faces in here. They might be the Greys. They might be the lizard people working at this restaurant. She's like, just give me elbows. I'm like, but you see it at least, right? She has way more patience than me, but she admits, she's like, yeah, this is ridiculous, but what's the big deal? I'm like, you're right. There is no big deal here, but this is pure lunacy. And then I watched the guy from across the way with the fancy hat, like he's a French chef, holding our two desserts. One is a lousy scoop of ice cream. The other is just strawberries with a little on top. That's all it is. And you ever see those like really fancy weddings, or have you ever been to the fancy weddings where they take their time walking down the aisle and there's some weird step thing happening where they step and stop and step and stop and they're looking around like that? That's how he was bringing the desserts across the room to the table. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then, and then the presentation was lovely. The guy with the wacky hat, and then we dipped into our desserts, and they were just fantastic. I gotta say, it was fantastic. But in the end, it was just a scoop of ice cream and strawberries with a little on top. The whole dinner, from walking in to walking out, and you got to remember, I'm no different than you. Like this time of year, everyone is running around like lunatics trying to get a last minute shopping in. And that's what we were doing all day yesterday. So we wanted to go into this place, get a nice bite, quick, good food, and get back to Nordstrom's. The whole meal took over an hour and a half. I'm like, this is absolutely insanity. It's lunch. It's lunch. And because the waiter was, this is the stuff I should never admit. But I think this is why you like watching this stuff. It's for the stuff I shouldn't admit. I punished the waiter for being sneaky with the S20. So guess what? The S20 turned into an S10 because I took $10 off of his tip to put toward the $52 steak that should have been part of the prefix for $39, but in the small print was the S20. And in my head, I'm like, oh, that S20 is now an S10 in my world. So, we tip very well in general. I have to say that because now I just gave people an opportunity to be a dick towards me because I just was very, very honest. I made sure that S20 turned into an S10. Gave him a little less. We usually tip well over 20, easy 20 and above. And his tip came in at a cool 18% about. And then I signed my name kind of aggressively because I'm like, this was supposed to be a nice quick lunch. And me and my son went outside and we started boxing each other, whatever. And then my wife went to the bathroom with my young daughter, and the waiter was absolutely fantastic. It was really, really nice. Wow, Opie's so rich, she's crying about $10. All right, thanks. If that's how you see it, I think I'm just trying to bring content to the people. But why are you trying so hard with this nonsense? I could have shut my mouth, and you would have never known any of this went on. But I bring this stuff up. If you want to know, let me put you in timeout, bro. We're not dealing with we're dealing with way, way, way less nonsense. I bring this stuff up to the people because I think a lot of people can relate to a lot of this stuff. And they're sitting there somewhere in a faraway land somewhere going, oh, my God, I could relate to this. And then, honey, remember that time? That's why I do this stuff. And then my wife and my daughter left the bathroom, and this waiter, who was absolutely lovely throughout the whole meal, was really not having it when my wife said, goodbye and have a good day. Because he got an 18% tip instead of a little over 20. She goes, I don't know what happened, but he seems very, very bad. Maybe he didn't like his tip or anything. My wife at that point didn't know. I waited to, we walked away a little bit. I'm like, hey, I gave him a little less because you're supposed to tip on the. I hate when you go to restaurants, right? And they give you really, really, really bad service. I'm not saying this service was bad. It was just very slow. And the whole adding a sneaky $20 onto a prefix menu really made me mad because it should be in big letters, but they make it so small. So most people question it when they're writing out their check and go, wait, what is this? I thought this. No, you see, there's a $20 charge for that. But at that point, a $20 charge means you're just ordering a regular steak from the regular menu. No, you get the free you get the free small scoop of ice cream. Oh, I'm sorry. But I'm not a fan. F the fine print. Thank you, Minash. I'm not a fan of going to a restaurant, getting really, really shitty service, and they still expect a really, really nice tip. It's like, no, for me, I take it very seriously. And look, and you consider everything. If the place is busy and you consider all that, but when you're getting bad service or whatever. And at that point, I'm like, no, this is why the tipping is, is shouldn't be expected like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a jerk after all. Mexican Coke gives me skunk farts. Barrister 1401. Thank you for the $2, Barrister. Still timeout for telling the truth. No, Johnny, but I just don't feel like going that way. Johnny, don't be upset. I don't feel like. I mean, there's plenty of places where you could go with that comment and they'll eat it up and they'll do 20 minutes on it. I just don't feel like doing it. I tried to tell you that. I didn't even put you in timeout until the second one. I don't feel like going there. I have no idea about Jim Norton's trans wife, and even and you telling me about Jim Norton's trans wife doesn't even mean it's the truth, because I don't know. I'm not taking your word for it on something as crazy as that. Plus the fact I just simply don't want to go down that road. I'm sorry. Sorry I upset you, sir. $20 ice cream, LOL. That's New York City. What's up, Andy? So I 18%, 20% is a good tip, obviously. 18 is like 18 is basically saying, look, I wasn't totally happy here. I'm sorry. Reminds me of that song, charging for the lice, extra for the mice, 2% for looking in the mirror twice. I don't know what song that is. Aunt would never order black snapper. See, Johnny. No, I'm out. Cool. All right. Cool, Johnny. Good luck to you. There's plenty of other people. I said, I think yesterday, like I'm trying to live with less negativity and drama and toxicity. I'm trying. And then, like I said, if I have to, I'll jump in. No problem. Like I said, I could turn on the afterburners any time I want, but I'm trying not to like have these live streams be all that. There's plenty of people doing that type of thing, and they would eat up that information, I guess. All right. Have a great Christmas, Open Gang. Appreciate having some laughs first thing in the morning. Thank you, Chris Tartaglia. Did you tip? Yeah, I tipped, Minash. But I took 10 off. I took 10 off because I was kind of mad. Because at that point, I can't tell my daughter she can't have a $52 steak for lunch. Even if I had the high-paying job, by the way, because I know this is going to be the next question. Even if I had the high-paying job, I don't feel like paying for a $52 8-ounce filet for lunch. Okay? But at that point, because I was the stupid one that didn't see the tiny S20, the surcharge or whatever the hell they called it, that they had to add on to the prefix of the $39 for the appetizer, entree, and dessert, that pissed me off. Because they get a lot of people with that. I don't like that. If I knew like prefix, it should be prefix, big letters, $39. You pick one from each category. But if you see an S, that means we're doing a surcharge or whatever, a supplemental charge, whatever the hell they called it. So beware, buyer beware. I'm a big fan of buyer beware. But when it's sneaky, it pisses me off. Yes. And it was too late to tell my daughter you can't have the steak because they don't understand money yet. What's up, Aldo? I mean, look. Thank you, Aldo. I forgot to tell you this. Because everything in New York costs you. Like I said, I went into St. Patrick's Cathedral. We wanted to light some some candles for people that are no longer with us. You know, we've all done it. You take the stick, you light a candle, you make a wish, and you walk out. And St. Patrick's Cathedral is charging you $3 to do that. This stuff drives me insane. Yes, I got $3. You got $3. We all got $3. But it's not everything is about money. And then to see that it's a church. Oh my God. But anyway, Aldo, so I forgot to tell you. So then, you know, I'm so frustrated with this city because just walking, they're trying to take money out of your pockets. Who are you? Oh, we work for the city. You know, we're just hoping you might drop some money and we're going to pick it up because we can't get enough of your money in this city. So all of a sudden, the main guy that sat us, you know, the guy, his whole job is to sit you and then he just stands there. I would love to know. I want that job. I want the job of the guy that sits you and then stands at his little booth waiting for the next people to come in. I want that gig. I guarantee he's making more money than me. So that guy, he has nothing else to do, right? All of a sudden, he's got a big tray of freshly baked chocolate chip cookies. And, Aldo, I wanted to tell you, you know, this lunch, by the way, you know, it was $300, by the way. It was a $300 lunch. Forgot to tell you that part. And so the guy who sat us and then stands at the booth waiting for the next people to come in, he has nothing to do. So he's walking around with a giant tray of freshly baked chocolate chip cookies, and he's going to the 4 tables that are being used, even though there's 6 people working the room. Because everyone's sitting there. And we weren't the only table, by the way, going like this. Like, what the hell's going on in it? What the hell? You could see. You know, I didn't need to be a lip reader. You know, I'm really good at reading body language. There was like a couple of these. And I want to go over there like, yeah, this is weird, right? This is taking forever. So he walks around with the tray of freshly baked chocolate chip cookies. He's offering every table. And he the tray's way up here, you know, we're sitting. So he has to lean all the way down with the cookies so we could all take one. This was in between the appetizer and the entree. And at this point, I'm like, I guess we got to eat cookies because I don't know when the food's going to come out. We're in survival mode now, so we better take a free cookie because God knows how much longer the entrees are going to take. And he's like, yeah, take one. And he says it like that because they want to save their sacred, freshly baked chocolate chip cookies. So he said, take one. And he said one in a way like, don't even think about taking 2. This is our gesture to you. So the tray comes all the way down so we could take our 1 cookie. I am telling you the truth. The cookies were this big. I love talking about New York City life. I love it because it's unlike anything else in, I think, the world. Well, definitely anywhere else in the country. It's insane. They want to make you believe that they're actually giving a shit about their customers by walking around with a free cookie. And then when the tray is dipped this low, you can't even bake cookies this small. We all grab a cookie, and me and my wife looked at each other, and I just started openly laughing. And I took my. Well, I guess maybe I can turn this into 2 bites. Oh my God. That's why the old school mom and pop diners are great. People that don't care about their patrons. What a joke. Checking in for Chicago. Morning, Hope. What's up, A-Man? How are you? Brian Bernard out there in Long Island. Chris Tartaglia again. Slow service just to be slow. is infuriating. Slow service because lack of help is understandable. Oh no, there are plenty of people. No, I think it's their vibe that you're going to sit down and have a lovely meal. And that, you know, if it was me and my wife and we were dressed up nice and we were going somewhere where it was just like kind of a date night or something like that. I hate saying the word date night, by the way. That sucks. I don't think you should be planning for any of that stuff, but I understand you get busy in your life and you have to have something called date night, but I hate using that term. But then, and if we're dressed nice and stuff, yeah, and you know, if we're going to have a beer or a wine or maybe a margarita, you know, sure. But we're just drinking waters. I was drinking water, iced tea, a couple Mexican Cokes. There were no alcoholic drinks involved because I guess between the ordering and the time between the appetizer and the entree, that would be a perfect opportunity to have a drink, obviously. So I get that. But my whole point here, and I spend way too much time on it, I understand, is you got to read the room. You know, you got a young family. They all have their stupid winter hats on. Oh, I think these people don't want the full slow down experience. Let's speed it up on table 6. That's what the guy that stands at the booth could do. You look at the people coming in and go, oh, lovely dressed couple. Looks like they're having a lunch before they go to a Broadway show. It looks like they got time. All right, we're good. We'll give them the full service. Family over here. They got winter hats on. Their kids are on phones. The mother and father are also dressed like, you know, like they're going skiing. All right. I think they want a little quicker lunch. That's how it should be done. Why do I have to figure out everything for everybody? It's just annoying. Manash, King of the Czars. In regards to tipping, would you consider yourself too generous, justified, or cheap for walk? No, it doesn't sound like it today, and I get that, and whatever, and you know, I give people an opportunity to just attack me for some of the dumb stuff I say in these live streams. I understand that. I understand the whole game, but in general, I'm a very, very good tipper. Easily, I would say 25%. I'm in that range. But then you go to restaurants and it's rare, but then you got a guy and also he's like, oh, I think that was my mistake. So you know what? The appetizer's on me. Like the appetizers come out too late or something. And you're not even complaining. And they're like, I'm so sorry these took so long. And you're not even thinking that, you know? And you'll see a guy just go, oh, the appetizers are on me. That guy I just crush with a good tip. Because I do the math in my head. I go, oh, wait, the appetizers were blah, 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 blah. He just gave those for free. Okay, so I'm going to give more than 25%. But technically, I'll be still a little over the 20% range because technically we were supposed to pay for the appetizers. I think the whole purpose of my live stream is to just annoy people. Ken Mosca, $9.99. Merry Christmas, Hope. Thank you, Ken Mosca. I appreciate you. You know, let's look at these colors, by the way. That's like a painting, huh? I didn't say a word because that never gets old. I know I'm live streaming, but I just turned around and went, God, that's just amazing. Take a moment and just take that in. That is just glorious. Barrister 1401, $5. Jesus, Hope. That restaurant story was painful and way too long. Please just retell that story of the time you almost broke your neck body surfing. All right, Barrister 1401. I know the story was a little long. I get it. But that was my day yesterday. I like telling you about my day. And then we went into the Nordstrom. Then we went into the Nordstroms and did some more Christmas shopping. It was a long day, but it was nice being out wandering around the city. It was kind of cool. It's definitely very, very festive. It's all about that damn Christmas tree. You get close to Rockefeller Center and they're dancing and singing. There's Christmas music everywhere. You got the Mariah Carey and it's the Christmas music is just simply amazing. It does put you in a good mood. You know, if I was a mall, right? These malls are certainly just trying to, pump up people going there. I would find a mall. Well, I can't find a mall. If I owned a mall, I would play Christmas music all year long, and it would be known as the mall that has the Christmas music. And guess what? Middle of, I don't know, summer in a mall, and you're hearing the Mariah Carey sing her stupid Christmas song. I think it's going to make you a little happier, and you're going to spend more money. There, that's a freebie for the mall owners. Freebie. And yeah, keep some Christmas trees going. Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah. What else is going on, man? You know, the rush is on to try to get everything done for Christmas for all of us, right? I gotta wrap all day. That's my job. I gotta wrap everything. And I gotta do it on a high top because I can't be on a floor crunched down like this wrapping because it just does a number on my back. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, hit the like. I know the story was a little long. I understand that, but hit the damn like, please. Thank you. Hit the likes, you dope smoking hippies. Thank you. What's up, King of all diffs? How are you? You tipping the building staff this year, Nero? Yeah. I kind of talked about that yesterday. One of my errands today is just find money. Why aren't you happier? Well, I don't know because I'm not a kid. Christmas is expensive. This time of year is expensive for adults. Maybe that's why we're not officially in the Christmas spirit. My city taxes are due. The building tips are due. 36 people will be getting a tip today in an envelope. Half the people I don't even know. So I got to go to the bank to get cash. And then when we leave the city for a couple weeks, then I hand in the other 8 envelopes to the guys that parked my car in the building because they're separate from the building. You understand, right? Of course you understand that, right? You pay insane money to live in a building in New York City. You want to park your car in the building. Oh, that's a separate company. How is it a separate company? It's the same building. No, it's a separate company, man. What do you got? Your vehicle's pretty big. You know, we're gonna have to hammer you for about. They eyeball it. That's the best part. They look at your car. They look at you. We're gonna hammer you for about $750 a month. Is that the price? And then they go like this. Yeah, that's the price. Oh, okay, thanks. $750 to just have the car just rot in the building so I could drive it every once in a while. Yeah. And then they look at your car again. And I think what they're doing at this point, because we have found cigarette butts in the passenger seat on the floor, they look at your car like, oh, this is going to be a good car to take naps in. Because we'll get in my car, right? Have I ever talked about this? We'll get in our family car. It's the family car. Opie is the Mr. Pink of tipping. Thank you, Johnny. You're back. You're back just being part of what we're doing. Thank you. I mean, you could try. That's fine. Johnny, you know what? It came in a little hot. You could try anything on this thing. That's fine. And then I'll try to shape it. So, you know, you didn't do anything wrong. It's just something I just didn't want to discuss. I didn't feel like going into the rumor mill. I just don't feel like doing that. Okay. Careful, don't piss off or they spit on food more than you. Yeah. Oh, no. Nah, man. I made a deal with my wife a long time ago. She begs me to behave in restaurants because she completely believes that. A lot of people around me completely believe that. So I am well behaved, and I'm taking it all in. Oh, that'll cost you 1% on your tip. You did that. That's 0.5%, I think. What are we up to? 1.5% down on the tip? I don't do that. I just thought that would be fun to say. Okay, thank you. But anyway, in this building, so you know, when you make the deal, you're just making a deal. They look at you like, yeah, that's gonna be $750 a month. Are you charging everybody the 7? Yeah, we are. Yeah. They stare at the car. I'm back at this bit. Stare at the car. And I know what they're thinking now because I've been in the building a long time. I didn't know it first. They're staring at the car. In their head, they're like, they got satellite radio, bucket seats, going to recline real nice, lots of leg room. Yeah, I'm going to be napping in that car. Because after COVID, they don't have to park as many cars for whatever reason. So we've gotten in our car where all of a sudden we get in and there's reggaeton music cranking. I'm like, me and my wife, she's like, she looks at me. I'm like, no, of course not. She wanted to say, when did you start liking reggaeton? Of course not. And then there was another time I got in the car, right? And I got to put the mic down for this for a second. Professional mic. Get in the car, and I was this far from the steering wheel. I had to readjust my seats. This is all for $750 a month, not counting the Christmas tips that they will be getting in the next week or so. And then another time, the smell of BO was just god-awful. And then the Mac Daddy was the cigarette butts that were on the floor mat on the passenger side. This is what you deal with. This is why I love talking about New York. I love it because it's just such a unique and special place. You guys want to do some more? If so, I got to get a cup of coffee. If you don't want to do more, I get it. Morning Poop and Opie live. Happy Friday. What's up, Gary Krasinski? How are you? Never mind a cup. You look like you need an entire pot of coffee. Do you literally roll out of bed and fire up the stream? Yes, I do, Pecker. Yes, I do. That's why I put a lot of hats on because I kind of need to like shower. But yeah, I absolutely do. So I honestly don't care for the most part what I look like on camera. I guess I could get up a little earlier and shower and try to look pretty. But yes, I do. There are some mornings. I start talking and I'm like, I have no business talking right now. I'm not even awake. I'm not even awake. But yeah, that's what I do. I don't know. I kind of like it. That's all. Okay. Thank you, Nero. All right. Let me put up a couple members of my YouTube channel on. Give them some love. Henry Wheeler. Shit. I give 15% tip. Well, I mean, that's not even the thing that really bothers me is like the prices for the smaller places have gone way up. You know, your go-to places. I have a go-to place where I used to see John Madden, and that's a true story. I don't want to give the name of the place because they're really, really, really nice. I like them a lot. And I've been going to this place for no less than, 15 years probably. It's kind of close to the Dakota. I think John Madden, when he was living in New York City, I think he lived in the Dakota. And I would see him wander the streets here and there. Not here and there, a lot. Quite often, actually. And he was a grump in real life. He walked around and he didn't want anyone bothering him at all. Not even a quick hello. He made it very obvious, leave me the F alone. He was very much a grump. That's what I thought. And I sat in this little, it's not really a restaurant, but I guess technically it's a restaurant. But you order the food and you find a little table. The place has maybe 3 tables, a little counter space. That's it. And I've been in there over the years a few times with Mr. Madden. I said hi to him once, and it was like, okay, all right, you know what? Okay, all right, I get it. I wasn't gonna push it, but this place, like, I would get these chicken plates, you know, Mediterranean spices on the chicken, a little like it's a sort of rice because it's white, but then they have like the really thin, like beige or light brown stuff in it. That's also kind of a rice that I don't know what this stuff is. And a little salad with red wine vinegar. Oh my God. Excuse me. And then they give you pita bread, and then they give you a little hummus on the side. It's my go-to meal. When I'm hungry, I'm like, I always go, yeah, I got to get my chicken plate, you know? And I've turned so many people in my world, onto chicken plates. Before the pandemic, excuse me, they were like $10, $12 maybe, something like that. And now they're 30. It's nothing. It's not like it's $30. It's basically, takeout food. That's the stuff that's driving me nuts about New York. How that type of stuff has gone way the fuck up. I mean, you could avoid the really nice restaurants that are trying to hammer you on a prefix menu. Of course, you could avoid that shit. But your go-to joints, the prices are just like crazy. All right, Czars. Manash, King of the Czars. Sorry. The only way your dinner could have annoyed you more was if Roland was in the bathroom. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Oh, damn. All right, let me skip to a couple super chats. If you had something good, you got to redo it because I'm just slamming through the chat right now. Mary Beth Stapleton, $5. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. Thank you, Mary Beth. I appreciate ye. Fivers and likes. Likes are a little low. The story was a little long in the tooth. It was, wasn't it? I was trying to capture the magic of our lunch yesterday in New York City as we went to the Rockefeller Christmas tree and had a family moment in front of 10,000 people. I was trying to share my day with you, but it went a little long. It did, huh? Okay. Other people, they just see they just see the magic of the city this time of year, and I just see everything else. Oh, is that the line? That's the line to get the nice picture in front of the Rockefeller Christmas tree. Hey, maybe if we quickly, put the kids up on this flower bed, they'll be a little higher than the rest of these farmers, and we could get a quick picture of the kids, with the tree in the background. So lift one kid up. By the time I went for the second kid, excuse me. By the way, if you're saying excuse me, your tone can't be excuse me. At that point, you should say, hey, right? Am I right about that one too? Of course I am. So before I could get the second kid up on the flower, the flower box, whatever it's called. So they're a little higher than all the other farmers. So then the tree it almost looks like they're the only people around the tree. Before I could get the second kid up, I got the, excuse me, you can't do that. Why? You know what's going on in this city, sir? Do you understand what's going on in this city right now, sir? And this is your worry that I can't put my two kids up on this thing so we get a better picture of the tree behind them. Do you understand what's going on in this city? Excuse me. Oh my God, the anger too. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then going to the St. Patrick's Cathedral, like I said, and walking around there as they're having an actual mass. Everyone's just walking around taking pictures. Hey, can you take one of me? And the priest is basically saying "Body of Christ," and all you can hear is like, "Hey, I'll take your picture, and then and then can you take a picture of me and my family?" This is all going on in the church, and then light a candle to make your little blessing. Now that costs $3 at St. Patrick's Cathedral. Make sure you have pocket money if you go into St. Patrick's Cathedral because they're hammering you to make a wish in a Catholic church. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let me if you guys want to continue, oh, look at W Man, my friend Jason up there in Indiana. Merry Christmas. Oh man, Jason, Merry Christmas to you and your mom and everybody else up there in Indiana. W Man's a good egg. He's one of the good eggs. I don't have to get the kids up, but I do want to get a cup of coffee. You guys want to do a few more minutes? Huh? How about you do something? I did all this. Told a long in the tooth story about my lunch. How about you come up with something now? We're in this together. Aren't you banned from St. Pat's? Hell nah. Nah, man, I'm not banned. I'm not banned. Oh, I saw the guy at the church. So for real, I got a pretty viral TikTok video from St. Patrick's Cathedral. I'll repost it. I'll repost it today because it's about a year old. I walk into St. Patrick's Cathedral and I had a hat on, and the security guard. Some of you saw this. It did. I don't know. It did at least 1 million views. I think it might have done even more than that. And the guy goes, "You got to take your hat off," you know. And I'm like, "No, I can't. I'm losing my hair. I'm going bald." And then he said something like, "Oh, you go bald. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay." Whatever. That's the short version. The video is way better than how I just explained it. And I put it on TikTok. It did. Oh, there goes Instagram again. Bye. They only give you an hour. Sorry. Let me remove this without ending the stream. See, we're learning. We're learning. I saw that guy yesterday. I go, "Hey, do you remember me?" And he obviously saw the video. He goes, and he was all excited to see me. I'm like, "Good to see you. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas." And then I'm like, and then I had a hat on to show him respect that I didn't show him a year ago. I'm like, "Look what I'm going to do. Look what I'm going to do." And I take the hat off and he like points and is like kind of laugh. We had a moment, but he absolutely saw the video because it did really, really well. It was just a cute little moment at St. Patrick's Cathedral. All right, let me. Is Opie balding? No, I got some. Older guy. I'm not balding. I got all my hair. Right now, it's plastered to my head, or I would take my hat off. Aldo, what are you doing, Aldo? Who effing cares? Oh my God! Usually, the people that say "who effing cares" are the people that kind of care. Right, Zero? Seems like you might care a little bit. Just a little bit. A little bit. All right, let me go get some coffee. Oh, there it is, biomass. Yeah, so I saw that guy yesterday, and we had a little moment, and he knew exactly who I was. And then, because people just attacked me for not showing respect in a church. And look, St. Patrick's Cathedral is more of a tourist attraction than an actual church. What? Yes. There are people. When I walked into the church, middle of the afternoon yesterday, place is massively huge. I don't even know how they built it, which is it's just stunning inside for real. It's really worth checking out if you come to New York. There had to be no less than, I would say, close to 500 people walk in. You can walk down the sides. And then if you actually want to go to the actual mass, you could go in the middle and take a seat like that. But a lot of people that are even doing that aren't even really partaking in the mass. They're just sitting because they're tired. Because the other thing about New York, you can't sit anywhere. And I like that and I hate that. There's a thing. Oh my God, I got to look it up. I hate when I come up with this stuff that I didn't think I was going to talk about. But in New York, it's almost impossible to sit anywhere. Almost impossible. It's really, there's not a lot of places where you can just sit down. And New York City, for the tourists, is an absolute walking city. You do a lot of walking. So you're just like, oh my God, you're looking around constantly. I think I could sit on that fire hydrant for a second, to just rest a little bit. So a lot of people go to St. Patrick's Cathedral just to sit for a few minutes. So, I don't really consider it, believe it or not, a real church because it's such a tourist attraction. There's at any given time, there's like at least 500 people in there that have they're not going to do anything churchy in there. They want to take their pictures and marvel at the architecture, and that's it. So when the guy told me to take off my hat last year, I was like, I don't look at this as an actual church. It's a tourist attraction. Look at all the other people with hats on. But in a regular church, I certainly would show the respect and take my hat off. But with that said, I took my hat off for the guy a year later, and he chuckled and had a good laugh about that. All But there was a thing that came up in the paper. Oh, there's a name. I really need somebody's help on this because I'm just going to get coffee. I'll try to Google it really fast. But they came up with a name. There's a lot of like homeless people and stuff. So they make surfaces in New York City so you can't sleep on them. They make it so uncomfortable that if you're like a homeless person down on your luck, you're not sleeping on any park bench. God, no, they figured that out a long time ago. But now surfaces, they actually brought in engineers to make it as uncomfortable as possible where you cannot sleep on these structures. And then there's just a goody two-shoes group out there somewhere walking around right now in New York City. And they think this is discriminative, and they've come up with a name for the seating where, it's against home. Oh, what's the name? Oh, this is worth trying to find. I'll try to find it as I get coffee. But basically, there's a group of people going, this is, you're discriminating against people. And they came up with a name for the uncomfortable seats in and around New York City when you're out on the streets. Oh, I gotta come up with a name. Okay, let me go get coffee. I think I need another cup. We'll continue. What the hell? Hit the like, bitches. It's called the bench that homeless guys couldn't sleep on. I'm going to try to find the name of it. I'll be right back. All right. I think I got it. This is what drives me nuts. Like, if you're, I hate how they change the names of stuff and then make believe, then that's just okay now. Now you can talk about it because we came up with, oh, thank you, Dave. Yes, me and Dave got a match. I'll throw you on the big screen in a second, Dave. Yeah, I found it too. So the one thing I hate is when you change how you say things, but now it's okay to talk about that because now you came up with a better way to say it. I'm talking about like when you're starving, now it's called food insecurity or something like that. Or if you're homeless, you're unhoused. Oh, no, they're just unhoused. How does that make it better? Food insecurity. No, I'm starving and I got a young family. Where do I go to eat? I'm sure those people are like, don't call me, don't say food insecurity. No, I'm starving. It's just so weird how we redo language and then it's okay. It's bizarre to me. So there's a true movement in New York where they make it very hard to sit. And mostly they make it very hard to lay down because they don't want homeless people laying all over the city. Okay. And you know what? I think I'm for this, and I'll tell you why. Because I've gone to other cities where the homeless have completely taken over. And the one thing about New York City, I will tell you, we don't have that. We have it here and there, but not in a way like San Francisco does, Seattle does, LA does. Not even close. And I think one of the reasons they've made it very hard to lay out in the city itself. And it was an effort to make to put spikes all over the place, to make weird curves. So, you could kind of sit, but you're not going to sit for long because it's uncomfortable. You're certainly not going to lay down because it's almost impossible, right? And it was a conscious thing that the city did to keep the homeless from just laying all over the place. And I like that. Is that a lib point, by the way? These idiots trying to label me as a lib when like most of my points are not no, they're not liberal points. I don't want homeless people just laying wherever they can all over the place. No, of course I don't want that. So then you get the goody two shoes out there that notice that the landscape of the city isn't right, and they named it. Where are you, Dave? I want to give you the credit. I found it too, but they now call it hostile architecture. Hostile architecture is designed to stop people using public spaces in undesirable ways. Some weird little group came up with the term hostile architecture. Thank you, Dave, for finding that for me. I was like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding. Look, when you're walking around and you want to find a place to sit in New York City, you're a little annoyed that you can't really find anywhere to sit, of course. But then when you look at the bigger picture, and they got the hostile architecture, so people aren't just laying all over the place, you get it. You get why they did that. Thank you, Dave. We got a match today. That didn't happen, ghetto. There's plenty of stuff that I did. Plenty of stuff I did that you could go after, but that didn't happen. We don't make up shit here. I've explained that more times than I could count at this point. Thank you. All right. Are you hater? If you're a hater, you're a funny hater. Are you worried you will be mistaken as being unhoused? Cheers. I think I'm cheersing a hater, but that's all right. That's funny. No, I'm not too worried about that, sir. Fashion was never really my thing. Oh man, when the O&A show was at its peak and we were unstoppable, they were trying to get us to dress nicer. And then me and Anthony would look at each other in our nice clothes sometimes and kind of just laugh. Like, oh my God. We would just kind of laugh. Hostile architecture, a bunch of statues throwing rocks at the farmers. My son is a pro skateboarder, and they put skate blockers up as well all over to stop the dirty skaters from skating the good spots. That's just stupid too, biomass. They've made the skateboarding world a lot harder. When I especially in New York back in the day, it was pretty damn cool. The skaters would find just some dumb little thing you wouldn't even think twice about, and they would turn into their own little mini skateboard area for a little while. And I always would stop and watch, and certainly have filmed those guys over the years. And it just gave you a little flavor. They don't want flavor in this city at all. No flavor. They want everybody to be the same exact person. They act like there's diversity and this and that, but there's not. All the stuff that gives a city flavor, they've been knocking down. And I will have a complete list on the next live stream. No, I like the skaters. I like that they would bounce off all sorts of crap. It was pretty cool to watch, man, especially if they knew what the hell they were doing. When I was in the military, I always thought the best job would be a nomenclature designation specialist. All they would do would be make up job names. Oh, damn. God damn, Chuck. I think your vocabulary is bigger than mine. Good God. What's new, Ope? How's your family? Or how's you and your family? We're all good, you know, getting ready for I just want to get past Christmas, but I don't even know how we get there. That's the anxiety I'm feeling today, is how we even get there. We got so much stuff to wrap. We still got shopping to do. We got to go to Philly for Christmas Eve. Christmas is like what, 2 days away, and we got 3 days, whatever it is, and we got so much stuff to do. So just completely feeling the pressure of trying to get everything done in time. And then the side shit I got the regular monthly bills to pay, and then I got the Christmas tips I still got to get together. I got to write out 36 envelopes today or tomorrow. Go to the bank just to get cash to put it. We're doing good, but I'll be honest with you. I don't know how we get there, but Christmas morning, somewhere around noon, me and my wife will look at each other and just breathe like one big, and then we could just glide, go back to regular stuff to worry about. I say that because I know a lot of you are in the same damn boat. So, all I want for Christmas is you. Mariah Carey went to my high school. She was she wasn't friends with my twin brothers. She liked one of my twin brothers and didn't like the other one. How great is that? My brothers literally are the same grade at Harbor Fields High School as Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey absolutely knew my brothers. She liked one of them better than the other one. And she rode the school bus that would pretty much stop in front of my house to let my brothers off. Yes. And she was, it's been said over the years, she was the weirdo that was singing in the back of the bus. And all the rest of the kids would make fun of her. And now look where she is. But she went to my high school, and she's the same age as my brothers. Like, I could get to her family house in less than 5 minutes from where I was brought up. Yes. And I ran into her once in the park. She was filming something right around Tavern on the Green. And she was like, some of these celebrities, this is the other cool thing about New York. Some of these celebrities also will be filming something, and they kind of try to do it quick, before people realize and start gathering. And for whatever reason, I was walking, I think I might have been walking home from Sirius after the show. And I cut through, back then I would cut through Tavern on the Green. It was a nice, shortcut to go kind of on an angle through Central Park. And then I would pop up. Why am I being this detailed? Near Tavern on the Green. And she was there filming something, and not many people around. And they were in between takes. So I went right up to her, and she had a giant bodyguard. And I couldn't get that close. But I yelled out, I'm like, yo, Mariah, I'm Quinn. Oh, I don't like saying my brother's name. Sorry. Well, you heard his name. I try to keep them out of all this nonsense. But I go, I'm Blank's brother. She goes, how is he doing? She got all smiley at the mention of my brother's name. And at this point, she was already a massive star. Massive. And she gave me a moment. And the smile said it all, like, oh my God, that's, some Harbor Field stuff. And it was quick. It was quick. And then she moved on to do her thing, and I just walked home. But I did have a moment with Mariah Carey, and I was able to yell out that I was Blank's brother. And she had a big smile on her face. And then I went to my brother, like, did you ever make out with her? She smiled pretty broadly when I mentioned your name. You think I'm good looking? Oh, you don't think? Oh, sorry. Was that just in my head? My brother, Jesus Christ. My brother, he would walk in. There was a time when I was working at BAB, we were going to pretty much the same bar, Fast Eddie's in Huntington. Rest in peace, Mr. Fast Eddie. He was a damn good guy. He put on comedy shows too, and he would have to he would have to pick up Otto and George. So he would, so Otto would play his joint Fast Eddie's, but Fast Eddie had to go and get him. And the stories he would tell, oh my God. And they got some rare footage of Otto at Fast Eddie's that I've checked out over the years. But anyway, I thought I was doing all right for myself. Let's just put it that way. And then my brother would walk in with his long fucking locks, a blonde hair that was very rare. It wasn't blonde. It had almost like a silverly, like a silver blonde. And he would walk in and you would feel all the girls just go and stare at my brother. So when Mariah Carey smiled like that, I'm like, I know that smile. I know that smile, Miss Carey. I'm babbling. When I start babbling, I know I got to end this dumb thing. Yeah, run on, Hacks. Thanks, brother. Thanks for the morning drive. Otto was a legend. All right. I hope the restaurant story was of interest. It might have been a little long. I understand. I hope you guys get everything together for Christmas. We'll try to turn this on over the weekend. Maybe I'll just turn it on while I'm wrapping presents. This is the wrapping present room. I set up all nice. Big, like high top, so I don't have to crunch down and get the tape all messed up on my fingers. Ugh. Otto was one of the funniest MFs to ever live. 100, bro. Oh my God. And he didn't give two craps. Yeah, it was sort of Ric Flair blonde, Chuck. Sort of. I always had a little red in my hair. And I was jealous of two of my brothers because they had the blonde. I'm like, I got a little red in mine. But you're a strawberry. If I had to hear, but you're a strawberry blonde. No, I got red mousy hair in the winter. Shut up. Opie, put up some numbers. The numbers were they were just okay today, Aldo. Later, Andy. I don't know, Matt, to be honest. I mean, I can't. I know who she used to hang out with. She ran in the same circles as my brother's group, more or less, or a subset of my brother's group. And I know a guy that's absolutely awesome that was really close to her, but I don't know what their actual relationship was. But this guy, man, oh God. Peter, if you're out there, I miss you, Peter. Oh my God. 6'6" and just would fight everybody with a smile. He was one of those guys. He wasn't scared of literally no one. God, imagine going through life not being scared of no one. And this guy, Peter, was one of those guys. And he was like 6'6", Marine, not an ounce of fat on him. And he would just fight everybody with a smile on his face. Oh my God. And he was like, he was my brother's best friend for a very, very long time. But anyway, he definitely knew Mariah Carey pretty well. They were like legit friends. All right. I got to go. Gots to go. I'm not promoting anything. All I wanted for Christmas was like a couple new members to my private Facebook group. So we're over 100. So my OCD could relax a little bit. And you guys didn't do it. We're still 3 short. You didn't do it. But that's all right. Merry Christmas, everybody. I'll try to turn this on. Now the numbers are going up. Should I stay? What's up, Nathan Brimmer? Dirty Delish, you have a good day. Enjoy the Friiday all. What's up, Bob? I'll try, but my next move is to go to a bank. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's all good, Biomass. Honestly, I hope you know. I don't mean. I don't even know what I meant today. The bitching, the complaining, and the yelling at shit. None of this. I don't mean any of this. I really don't. Could turn this off and enjoy my day. I love turning this on in the morning and love starting my day like this with a cup of coffee. with a bunch of people I feel like I know at this point because I see your names every single day. But at this point, I really mean this. Don't take any of this serious. I don't care. I honestly don't even care if you support Trump. I don't care if you support Biden. I don't care. I literally don't care. I think in the old days, I was like wound so goddamn tight. Mariah's worth $350 million. Oh my God. To think that she's worth $350 million. And the story goes that she was the weirdo on the back of the bus. I would assume she went to Washington Drive as well. We started Washington Drive. Then we went to Old Fields. Then we went to Harbor Fields. And I think she did the whole run. And she was the weirdo in the back of the bus singing. And people would be like, who is this girl? And then when she was in high school, she was already going to the city a lot to to try to get record deals and whatnot for her music. She started that as she was as she was still in high school. And then she hit very, very soon after high school. And she also was a cashier in Greenlawn. There used to be a supermarket there. I'm trying to remember the name of it. And she was literally the cashier there. We all know her very well in the Greenlawn, Centerport, Huntington area. And then for homecoming, there was sort of like a homecoming, which was like, when you go home for Thanksgiving and then you try to run into your old friends. Well, there was a bar in Huntington that was a hangout for a lot of the high schoolers that, Harbor Fields High School. And early on, when you were barely out of high school, you made sure you went to that bar every time you came home from college to go, see some of your old friends. And one year, I love this story. One year, they had this area roped off in the bar where everybody from Harbor Fields was going to go to for Thanksgiving break. And they had a roped off section because Mariah Carey was coming and she was now huge. And she was only like, at this point, maybe 20, 21 years old. And then my brother went because that's what he does. And he went with his friends. And he sees Mariah Carey, but she has her roped off section because she's a massive star at this point already. Bodyguards, but she's trying to hang with her fellow classmates. She's still into this little world. And my brother, went to say hi to Mariah because he legit knew her. And the bouncer stopped him immediately. And she's like, she screams, oh my God. And says my brother's name, which I know I said earlier, but I'm not going to say it again. She freaked out. She's like, oh my God, good to see you. And then obviously my brother was allowed over the ropes to give good old Mariah Carey a nice big old hug. Big old hug. There was a time I was the second most famous person at Harbor Fields High School. I'm sure I've dropped down to out of the top 10 at this point. But there was a time people would say, famous people from Harbor Fields High School, Mariah Carey and Opie from the Opie and Anthony Show. And now there's probably a whole bunch in there after Mariah Carey before they get to me. I understand. It happens. Is your brother still in the restaurant business? Oh my God, yeah, the brother that I heard. I gotta get more details about this from my other brother who owns FH Riley's. Yeah, he's in East Northport. He's still kicking ass. He moved locations, but he's doing very, very well. I got to ask him a little more about this, but my other brother, who's the twin of the brother I've been talking about, Mariah didn't like him as much. And I got to find out why. That's how it's been told to me over the years, but I don't have details on that. But it kind of makes me laugh. You really here for 75 people at 6 a.m. Ha, ha, ha. Come on, man. Yeah, I am, Northern. You all right with that? I think it bothers you more than it bothers me. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry that my happiness bothers you. All right, I got to go for real, guys. Good luck getting everything done for Christmas. Thank you very much for checking this out. Thank you very much for hitting the like. Thank you very much for for giving me a little pocket money. I like doing this for pocket money, of course. I'm not going to front and say I don't. It's exciting. All of a sudden you see a $5 come in. It's like, oh, wow, it's fun. It's kind of fun for me. And I thank you. Okay. All right. Shane, Merry Christmas to you. Merry, Merry Christmas. Mary. Yeah, exactly. Chuck Glenn. Really cool, Opie. Hit 75 today. Yep. Yeah, man. Thanks for telling us we hit 75. That's a damn good number. I'll take 75. Chuck's been keeping track. That's hilarious. All right. I got to go. I got to go.